Hello people of the internet, my name is Corinne and welcome to my channel. I wanted to film an introduction for y'all so we can get to know each other a little bit more, and I'm just gonna let you know what I want to do on my page, what I plan for the future, and just some ideas to bounce around. I haven't filmed in front of a camera in years and years. While this will be my first video on this page, it is not my first YouTube video, that is for sure. When I was in middle school and high school, I wanted to be an animator. So badly I wanted to be an animator. So I ended up making a bunch of animations here on YouTube with the animation community, doing memes and just silly stuff here and there. I did a few vlogs. I really liked YouTube when I was in high school, but I ended up moving halfway through my year from the eastern part of North Carolina to the western part of North Carolina into the mountains, and I just stopped creating for whatever reason. I've always been a creative soul. I love painting and drawing and singing and music and filming and photography, anything to do with it. But for some reason, my junior and senior year of high school was boring, to say the least. I just stopped making stuff. I felt really not compelled, I guess you could say. Not only that, but I became a certified hater of just about everything. I really hated on music that I used to like. I hated on movies that I deemed lame. Hated on my friends who liked things different from what I liked. You know, I just became a very negative person, and that dripped into my art, where everything that I would make, I would beat myself up for it. I would say it wasn't good, or it was too ugly, it wasn't something I would have made, even though I literally made it. It was just a weird time in my life. And then I graduated high school in 2019, and as we all know what happened in 2020, I ended up just being able to stay home with my parents, and I painted. I painted so much, but I couldn't sell my pieces as much as I wanted to. I really undervalued myself, and I sold original paintings for $20, and even then I thought, man, that's expensive. So my mom sat me down halfway through the pandemic and was like, hey, you should probably do something. So I ended up enrolling in my local community college for baking and pastry arts in the culinary art program. And I completed the full 2-year program in 3 years, but that's another story. I got my associates in baking and pastry arts, and I was a bageler for quite a while. That was my favorite job that I did, was waking up 4 in the morning, getting there all by myself, listening to my music and making bagels. I got a lot of fulfillment from just that simple type of baking. I have worked in several gourmet kitchens and several country clubs. But my favorite place I've ever worked in was a cafe. It was just so nice feeding people that I could see face to face, and they're like me and they just want a good sandwich, and I can do that for you. Whereas working for gourmet kitchens serving a different tax bracket than I will ever be in wasn't as fulfilling. I didn't get to see who I was feeding, and when I did, I was deemed kind of lower class. So they didn't talk to me. I was simply a server. And that hurts a lot. I have a lot of passion for food. I love food. I have a lot of passion for food, so for someone to kind of just deem it as throw to the wayside, you know, there's gonna be more later on, it's not that good of a feeling. But After I got my degree, me and my boyfriend, we decided to pack up everything from Asheville, North Carolina, and we decided to move to Nashville, Tennessee, which that's where we are now. I could feel myself going crazy, losing my fucking marbles in Asheville. We went through Helene last November, and a lot of restaurants are still suffering. A lot of people died. It was very traumatic. It was probably one of the scariest things I've ever lived through in my adult life, if not the scariest. I'm very lucky to say that none of my family was injured. We were affected. The whole area was affected, but you know, everyone that I knew survived. So maybe I'll do another story time about Helene and what we saw. During that time, Chris was working in the only places that stayed open were grocery stores, and Chris was a manager at the time, so he was just run totally thin, and it was a really weird time. Scary. After a bunch of bakeries ended up closing down and I kind of had a minty bee, Chris said that he'd follow me anywhere we wanted to move. So I looked at a bunch of different big cities because I've always wanted to live in a big city. I've always wanted to live in a city where I could walk to work and like walk to a grocery store. I think that kind of like European dream is really fun to think of, but the closest we could get was Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm currently working on Broadway. Do I like my job? Do I like my job here more than living in Asheville? Hell yeah. But once again, that can be a different story. If you guys want me to spill some tea on all the restaurants I've worked in, I will happily boil that pot for us, let's say that. Other than that, I just wanted to give you guys some little information about me so we can all get to know each other. We moved to Nashville because I wanted to be as close as possible to live music. I find a lot of joy in listening to anything, any type of music genre. If they're playing it live, it's such a genuine human experience. So we've been really just soaking it in, and I love all music genres. I know that's super corny to say. I love all music except for this, except for this, except for this. I love all music, every genre. The only thing I can't really take is TikTok pop. If I have to listen to Alex Warren's Ordinary one more time, other than that, I genuinely love every kind of music. EDM, country, heavy metal, punk. I even like some pop. I mean, you can't go wrong with something that makes you feel good. It's so refreshing to hear a song that you just connect with. And right now, my current favorite Obsession song, and I'm gonna get you all hooked on it too because they deserve more viewers, is Lobby Boxer. The band is called Lobby Boxer. The song is called No Failure. Chef's kiss all around. It is so good. So if you like a little bit of a punk, heavy rock kind of sound with a little bit of yelling but a good melody behind it, check out Lobby Boxer. Please check out Lobby Boxer. One of my all-time favorite bands that I think everyone should be more into so that way they go on a tour again so I can buy tickets, A Perfect Circle. A Perfect Circle. If you like heavy metal, if you like prog, if you like punk, you like that Chevelle or Tool sound, please listen to A Perfect Circle so that way they know they have more fans. Maynard James Keenan went on tour with Pucifer, and I do love Pucifer, but A Perfect Circle has such a grip on me and has since 5th grade that it is my dream band to see. Before A Perfect Circle, my dream band to see was Mudvayne. I ended up getting able to see Mudvayne 2 summers ago in Florida for Rockville, USA. Whole other story. Lots of drama happened there. We don't have to worry about the drama though, because I got to see Mudvayne. Let the angels sing for a second. Besides music, besides the music part of my life, some artists that have always inspired me are Salvador Dali. I love Impressionisms, I love abstract, Monet, Frida Kahlo, very standard classical artists. Always intrigued my brain. Some other things that I've been obsessed with recently is the ankle and watching Amberlynn read on YouTube. Not watching her, watching reaction channels to her. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Since moving to Nashville, we have been super obsessed with collecting physical media. I've always collected vinyls, but we moved here and we found a place called McKay's. And I'll put it up on screen so you can see what I'm talking about. But if I see a bunch of you guys there stealing the movies that I want to buy, I'm gonna be pissed. They have the biggest physical media section. Well, the whole building is all physical media. Books, music, movies, CDs, video games. They have like a whole wall of instruments. It's awesome. And it's really cheap. Don't tell anyone I told you that though, because if they raise prices, I'm gonna be pissed. We get movies, like I'll have to show you some point our movie collection, and we get movies for as cheap as like 25 cents sometimes. Like we got iRobot with Will Smith, 25 cents. We got Perks of Being a Wallflower, $1. Also, I watched that for the first time last night. Made me cry a little, I will admit. I will admit. Other than that, I love horror movies. Usually, I'm trying to get more into different genres, so if you have any recommendations for movies besides horror movies, will 100% hear you out because I need to expand my horizons. When it comes to TV shows, all I watch is Family Guy. I have a horrible habit of being like, let's watch Family Guy. Let's watch American Dad. Let's watch King of the Hill. I have nothing else in my brain other than like, When we moved here, we moved with our little baby Garf. Let me go get him for you guys. This is my little baby. Garf, say hi. I just woke him up. So, he's a little tired. Yeah, I think that's all I can think of right now to end off my introduction. I want to start making more vlogs, maybe some more sit-down videos where I can tell you story times. If you have any suggestions, I will happily hear you out. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night or evening, whenever you're watching this. I hope it's good for you. Subscribe!